Hello. This is Jelen Jele podcast. Welcome to another episode. Today we here to talk about. It's just a sequel of the previous episode where I was talk about problems, and if you were listening, you know that I was talking about how important reading is. Now I'm going to talk about how writing is also a major asset in your organization and the way you do things. So let me just, go straight into it. So writing. When I think about writing, I think about organization. Let me explain. When you want to organize yourself, like deep organization, like budget type of organization, what do? Take a piece of paper, take a pen, and you start writing down everything that you buy and everything that it costs you. Right or wrong? Right? You put it down on a piece of paper so it makes you able to visualize what your life costs. Boom. From there, you take decision. You're like, okay, my life cost me this. This is how much I make. So I have to balance this out and make sure that I get to my destination without too much tumultuous and too much struggle, right? So writing, you write down. When you go to a coach, a motivator coach, right? A motivational coach, they always tell you that part, that moment where they tell you, write down your dreams, write down your goals, write down your achievement. If I could see you the back of my wall, I mean the like if I could turn the camera, you will see that I have on my wall pictures of things that I'm either trying to get or that are important. Is my wall of dream, my wall of wonder. This is not writing, true indeed, but this is the art of visualizing, right? Writing, when you write things down, now you read it because you visualize it, right? So you read it. So it comes to it's not magic. It's just who we are. This is how we function, right? We visual species. We use our sense to basically understand the world we live in, right? Sights, tastes, odor, ears, and feeling. 5 senses, right? And then we have the 6th sense, right? Instinct. But mainly our sight, which is 60%. 60% of whatever we do, like the energy or the information we get from seeing things is 60%. So why would you not try to get 60% clarification on your life and how it's supposed to go? 60% of it, right? That's not a bad number. 60%. All you got to do is basically write down whatever goal, dreams, or problems, by the way. Guess what? Another thing, when you go to the therapist, even though I've never been to one, but I've seen movies, right? Most of the time they say, go home, put down everything that went wrong today, right? Put it down, write it down. Writing emphasis on reading and writing. These two um um activities are essential if you want to be successful in life. Let me tell you something. Let me give you a personal example. You know, I'm into, like, I board this ship that will take me to my dream. But the problem is I have dreams, not one, but many. So it gets crowded. It gets crowded here. It gets crowded in general. A lot of noise, external noise, and you know, you get to be confused at times because you're like, I don't see how I can incorporate a new dream into all the different daily tasks that I'm already doing. How can I do that? Like, how will I? Guess what? Writing down help me understand that I have actually time to do it. You know what I'm saying? And this is where most people, when they say, oh, it's so hard too, it's so complicated too, it's so, oh my God, it's just because at the end of the day, they never wrote down, they never wrote down whatever dream or whatever goal they had, to try to clarify, make space, understand, remove the smoke and the dew, and understand that, okay, hold on, I work this number of hours, then between this hour and this hour I got a gap right there. Let me write down something that I can do concerning that dream of mine. And all of a sudden, boom, you up 2 episodes in your podcast. More back to back, more than with 2 legit episodes where you talk thoroughly about the subject that really matters, and you know, you put it down, you understand that, oh my God, I can actually work and realize my dream at the same time. Life is a dream, bro, itself, that allows you to have other dreams. It's like Inception. I don't know if you watched that movie, but shout out to Christopher Nolan. Shout out to Leonardo DiCaprio, because this movie is basically a masterpiece. If you haven't seen it, go and you will thank me later. All right? But that being said, writing down, man. Writing down. You know, I will tell you a little anecdote. When I was a kid and I was failing my class. So I was failing my class the whole year. I knew it was over with, right? And I always like to use this example, but I was over with. You know, it was fucked up. I was done. I was not gonna pass this year. But in the meantime, what I was, you know, still doing what I was doing, I asked my mom, yo, how can I get better? Because I'm slacking. I don't know how to get good grades. I don't know how to, my organization is just non-existent. You know, I'm just slacking, basically, like everything. So she just told me one thing. She said, you know, treat every subject, find a way to, basically she told me subject by subject, because I knew already about math. That year I had like a tutor, and he got me straight on math. I was good in math. I was getting good in math, but it was the other subjects like history, right? And geography. So she told me, Well, all you have to do is take a book, a notebook, and each paragraph of your lesson, write it 10 times on a piece of paper. Because writing automates your, like, it aligns you, what's being said, the information is engraved through the writing. So it's not like you take a paragraph and then you write it down looking at the paragraph 10 times. That's not what I was doing, even though maybe that's what she thought I should do. No, what I was doing is that I was reading a paragraph and then I writing one, looking at it, maybe a second time looking at it again, third time looking at it, and then fourth time I was trying to not looking at it and just writing from what I remember. 4, 5, and 10 reach 10 times. Guys, if I tell you that the next quiz, the next exam that we had in history, I was basically the only person who was not on their knees, on his knees. The whole class was on their knees, but me. I was expecting to be on my knees too, because I saw the professor, I saw the student, I saw my classmates on their knees, and I'm like, oh shit, it's going down. We all failed, and then she gave me my paper and told me, you good. So even though I went for the first time in that class, I had a good grade, right? So afterwards, I still, failed my year, and I got transferred to another school whereby I was applying that same methods with every subject. I was basically taking my math class, my geography, history, French, English, biology, physics, chemistry, everything, even, but we're going to talk about that, sport. But I'm going to tell you how I translate it, because there's the art of writing down and the art of repetition in that way of doing things. So guess what? From the first year to when I left that new school, I was not only number one, but I had, like, being called smart for the first time. People was trying to get my brain. They are like, yo, bro, how can you, writing down. And then just today, I noticed something. I noticed that that not only that's how I was working, right? That's how I was doing my homework. But just doing my homework, I was better the first years when I was in that school. I got a little lazier. I got a little lazy at the end. Why? Guess what? What the problem was? You guessed it. Writing down what I had to do after school. Because when I went there, the first years, I had this notebook where after each class they would give us homework. They would tell us, go read this book or go watch this movie or whatever. They would give us a tip or an assignment or whatever. And I would find myself writing down what I have to do after I'm done in school and I go back home. I would just open this book and remember in physics class, he told us, go do this exercise and this exercise, or, go read this book, or go read this chapter, or watch this movie or whatever, right? So I would be more uh, uh, more organized at the time, and my grade would be better because I wrote down whatever I was supposed to do or I wanted to do or whatever. I just wrote it down, right? So okay, pause. Okay. So when I was, in that school, just writing down stuff, will help me, be organized better. And then basically, remember, if you think about it, every day you have ideas in your mind and you have dreams, or you have just you have an elimination. You're like, wow, okay. And you have tendency that it seems so unreachable. You know why? It's because you don't grab it. You like, when the idea comes, it goes out because you distracted by something else, or no, something you see, something, another idea, right? One way to basically grasp the idea that you have, write it down. Write this shit down. Simple. Write it down. Make it easy for you to come back and be like, okay, hold on. I remember when I thought about it, and I remember that what I think is this and that, and I should do this and that. Man, simple. Think about it, man. Think about it. What we call organization, an organization. When we call being organized is actually putting ideas down. Plan, it just mean write it down, make it simple for you, because you know how many ideas you'll be having every day. You think that you can remember all of them? Really? You never been into a situation where you think about something in a second later you just like, hold on, what I was thinking about again? Right? You forget completely because it came and then you got distracted. It happens all the time. And now I found out that to do things in life, you need to write them down. This is like the first step for everything. I mean, again, man, this is my way of seeing things. I truly believe that when you write things down, things happen later on. You will say by magic, like, hold on, I did that. I found out. Yeah, you did that because you wrote it down. So from now on, I write everything down. You can see my phone. You can see my computer. You can see everything. I can write things down. The notebook. I write ideas down. Pop, 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 pop. Even though I know I'm gonna come back 5 years later, I don't care. I just write it down for that to never leave me. And be like, oh, but I thought about it. I already thought about it. At least you thought about it, right? Right now, the hectic life that I have, and I'm not gonna go in detail because, like anybody, I have a life. And it's hectic. It's full of peripety, full of action and how you say, rebounds, like ups and downs, anecdotes. I'm busy, right? But I tend to think that I have so many dreams. Like, I want to do so many things. And there's a time actually, I think this is the first time I truly go through everything I want to do. Like, everything, bro. I have those ideas and, they're all launched Basically, they're all there just because I wrote down. The difference between before and today is just that today I'm not just thinking that, okay, how can I do that? That's how you do it, you know? I would take lessons. I will teach I will learn. I will, you know, but I will never really fully apply it because I will be like, yeah, boy, I don't have time right now. You know, I'm busy doing something else. Well, no, 24 hours, man, what you can accomplish in 24 hours, it's mind-blowing, mind-boggling. It's crazy. It's crazy, my friend. Trust me on that. You can do so much just by writing down your thoughts. And his sister or her sister calling, reading. You got to come back and revisit whatever you wrote. Because if you don't, well, it's useless, right? It comes by pair. You got to write and read. Read and write. This is essential for success. You got to read and write, and you know, you can read and write, and you cannot, you like, if you cannot escape now, you know. EYL, my man Rashad, you know, um he said that he's not a person who likes to read, so he reads through his ears using audio, right? Audiobooks. This is not bad either. Guess what? Instead of writing down, you can record yourself. That's what I do sometimes. Memos on my phone. I use everything to remember things, because actually being able to be organized is just be able to remember whatever you thought at the moment, right? That's what organization is. Okay, I told myself that today I'm going to record an episode. I write it on a piece of paper. I'll come back and see I have to shoot an episode. So now I'm shooting it. It's simple as that. But if you're like, okay, I want to do a podcast and record and do this and that, but you don't revisit, so there's a moment where you're going to be doing something else that you So, to sum her up, read and write. The most important thing you should do. The word is codified. The more ability you have to read, the better. All right. So, this was Jelen Jelle, the host for the most, the A to the R. Thank you for listening. If you liked it, subscribe, share, comment, react to it. You can dislike it and let me know what you dislike about it. And, if I have found the time, I'm writing it down. You got it. I know you got it. You got this one. All right. Okay, I'm out. Peace.